FIFA welcomes the opinion issued today.
Football is definitely not a priority, but FIFA, as the world governing body of football, has of course as well a duty to look into the footballing consequences of what is happening.
The match, already intense and closely contested, erupted into debate after a penalty decision. Football supporters around the world have been left divided following a highly controversial moment during the Premier League encounter between Manchester United FC and Newcastle United FC that has since dominated discussions across the football community. The incident that sparked the controversy. The dramatic moment came when Newcastle winger Anthony Gordon went down inside the penalty area after a slight challenge from Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes. Referee Peter Banks wasted little time pointing to the spot, awarding Newcastle a penalty. Almost immediately, the decision sparked outrage among many fans and analysts who believed the contact between the two players was minimal. Television replays appeared to show only slight contact, prompting widespread questions about whether the decision was justified. VAR under the spotlight again. With the decision controversial, many expected intervention from the video assistant referee system. However, after a brief review, VAR chose not to overturn the referee's call, allowing the penalty decision to stand. This outcome triggered a wave of reaction on social media platforms, where supporters, pundits, and former players debated the fairness of the decision. Some argued that the incident did not meet the threshold for a clear foul, while others maintained that any contact inside the box can justify a penalty depending on the referee's interpretation. Renewed debate over VAR. The controversy has once again reignited the long-running debate about the effectiveness of VAR in modern football. When the technology was introduced to top competitions such as the Premier League, its primary aim was to eliminate clear and obvious errors. However, incidents like this continue to raise questions about consistency in officiating and the interpretation of marginal contact. Critics argue that the system sometimes fails to correct contentious decisions, leaving fans frustrated and confused. Supporters of VAR, on the other hand, point out that technology can only assist referees rather than replace their judgment. According to this view, football will always contain subjective decisions that spark debate, a moment that will be remembered. Regardless of opinion, the Manchester United vs Newcastle clash has quickly become one of the most talked about refereeing controversies of the season. The incident highlights the ongoing tension between human judgment and technological assistance in football. As the Premier League season continues, discussions about refereeing standards, VAR implementation, and transparency in decision-making are likely to intensify. For now, the debate sparked by this single moment shows that in modern football, one decision can dominate headlines long after the final whistle.
We're doing everything we can to be as transparent as we can. You've known me a while, and I think you know by now from what you've seen in the last few weeks that we're trying to be really open. So there's some parameters that we have to work within that FIFA set, but we're going to push those. We're going to do everything we can to draw the curtain back. We're going to do some stuff post-game, which has not been done before, fairly soon. And then if we can do stuff in-game, we'll do it. It's quite tough in the stadium to get that narrative out on those more complex situations, but we need to do everything we can to have the stadium audience go along with us, because when you show the rationale for a decision, you might still disagree with it, but if you understand it, you're much more likely to accept it. So we'll see what we can do going forward, post-game, even in-game, with the stadium audience, with the fans in the stadium, with the broadcasters. That's certainly my intention, and hopefully you'll see some developments in the coming weeks.
So it might be more like rugby and cricket?
It might be. I know